Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of Legally Insane. Matt Ritter and Tony Sam here.
Happy holidays!
Merry Christmas, mother.
Oh, excuse moi. I was trying to be respectful of your faith.
Oh, because I'm a Jew. You don't think I enjoy hearing Merry Christmas? Let me make that choice.
I can relate.
No, you should say Merry Christmas and let me decide.
Wow, so combative right out the gate.
Totally.
I can relate. I have a Jewish girlfriend. She says I'm Jew-like.
You're Jew-light.
No, Jew-like.
No, you're Jew-light. You get curly hair, you're Jew-light.
That's right.
And a little chubby.
I don't even need glasses.
A little paunchy.
She just makes me wear these nebbish glasses.
Nebbish glasses. He's Jew-light.
That's right.
Jew fraud. We're talking holiday laws today.
Oh, what a treat.
Yeah. Ooh.
Normally, I don't know what the topic is, but I thought it'd be fun to talk about holiday laws.
Yeah.
Because of Christmas and
Hanukkah and
Kwanzaa and
Ramadan's in February, so that's not really applicable.
Ding dong.
Ramadan ding dong. So I wanted to just get this out of the way right now. All of you guys who are trying to like weasel your way into that Christmas shift or New Year's shift, just know that your boss is not legally required to pay you overtime.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you think that?
I thought everybody thought that.
My whole life I thought that. Everything I've ever known
I don't know
total
what's
fraud.
up. I don't know what's down. We don't have to get paid.
No, the Fair Labor Standards Act says you're not required to pay overtime on the holidays. That's just something that's...
Not even have any pay.
No. Well, you got to pay people who work. If they show up for work, you got to...
No, but if you don't come in, you don't need to get nothing.
Need to get nothing.
Nothing. Hanukkah, light the menorah. If you come into work, you're gonna be sore, poorer.
No OT, baby. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas, but there's no overtime. Legally insane, laughing all the way, because there's no holiday pay.
No holiday pay. That's just something we all made up.
Shut it down. Shut it all down.
Yeah, I remember I catered one New Year's, and the guy was like, "I'm just going to give you an extra $50." I'm like, "What? I thought this was like time and a half." And he was like, "Nah." And I thought he was just being a dick, which he was. He still was a dick for doing that.
Nothing.
All
our old men all our pops who went into work with their factory. It was only through the grace and kindness of their conglomerate, of their large conglomerate employer.
Through the kindness of the conglomerates who gave them heart disease, lung cancer.
Those at the helm of Globocon Inc.
Globocon, who made them never be around to be a parental figure anymore.
That's right. Yeah, sorry, I won't be around on Christmas. I got to pull a double-double.
Double animal style comes from the term of making your father work like an animal.
That's right.
Double shift after double shift till he has a heart attack.
We were talking about this the other day about the only time you got to spend time with your dad was when he asked you to, why don't you come into your work with your old man on this day off?
At your loser job?
Yeah.
How exciting.
Yeah, you can look at my naked lady poster.
Yeah, what's better than filing all day as a 7-year-old?
Oh,
Isn't that fun? I bet you teachers came up with that bring your son to work day. It's like, oh, you think I'm a loser? Spend a day with your dad.
It's like, hey, you want to come into the machine shop and see what your dad has to smell all day? Smells like
want to lose a couple brain cells.
It smells like lunch meat and lubrication fluid. Lubricating fluid for heavy machinery.
It's like, you always wondered why your dad was always defeated at the end of the day because he's just breathing in fumes.
Yeah, my dad came home smelling like hot garbage every day, but it was like a mix of BO and like oil and
just
fast food.
Resignation. He's reeked of resignation.
Oh, he would always surprise us. He'd come home and he'd have like this greasy bag of deep fried shrimp from this place that was near his work. That he's like, oh, hey, brought home some food. And it just was all a ball of fried pieces of shrimp, but his dirty, filthy hands.
Hand-filled.
That's right. And he would reach in the bag.
Course.
He's got oil on his fingers and he couldn't come out. He's like, hey, I eat up.
And he didn't even get overtime pay.
Merry Christmas, everyone! Hey, Tiny Tone, here's some fried shrimp.
I mean, my mom wouldn't even let us have a Christmas tree because we were Jews, and I was just always like, this sucks. Like, our house doesn't have lights on it, and like, this is just a sucky day for me. Can't we just pretend that we're...
Everybody knew which house was the Jewish house.
Yeah, because it was dark and sad.
That's right. Or there was like one
menorah,
bush with blue lights.
Yeah, the little tiny... For some reason, like, there's no way to like make... I don't know if the Jews were like afraid to make, like Jewish Christmas light, like the blue lights. They're all like
blue
tiny.
and white, yeah.
But they're all like smaller.
Well,
and they're barely flickering.
I assume those houses were haunted. The ones that had the dark
Jewish
blue
house.
lights on the bush.
I'm the ghost of Jacob.
All the ghosts of the Maccabees.
Yeah, the Maccabee. The thing I've always hated is that we tried to make it like Christmas, but we did just a job, and we like played into all these anti-Semitic tropes. Like, hey, do you want to play a game? Like, they're doing all this fun Christmas stuff at the Jewish house. We'll play a little game for money. And then the chocolate's going to look like a little coin.
You can eat the money.
And it's called gelt.
Oh.
Because it's like a dirty word.
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
I made it out of money. And when you spin it, you're going to
win more money. Nun, Gimel. Hey, Shin.
You're gonna feel
even
like
know?
A loser. Yeah, I remember. Gimmel's the big one.
Yeah, that used to take all.
Yeah, and then they have the little doll, like the little.
Right. So there's for the Christmas you have Elf on a Shelf.
Yeah.
But the Jewish faith, well, not the faith, but some guy thought it was a great idea to put Mensch on a bench.
Yeah, a dirty guy in a hat.
He's not dirty. He's just an old man in a beard who sits on a bench.
Which is kind of crazy.
Which is what they say on the package. It says, comes with his own bench.
Yeah, and pigeon sold separately.
That's right. But so we have
here,
one
kid.
because of my
Does he make that sounds like, come here, kid?
Are you... Have you been good this year?
Is that what it says? Does it make any sounds? Like, I hate all this stuff.
So we put,
and I'm a Jew, just in case anyone's listening.
Yeah, we put 2 little bags of gelt next to him.
And Tony's a Catholic who plays into the anti-Semitic tropes with his friends,
Catholic.
with his buddies. Like,
no, my girlfriend loves it.
Hey, kids! The most important thing is to get the most little coins. Right. Whoever gets the most little coins wins. It's so
they should have had
to me.
I don't know. What's another thing? It's
gift certificates.
No, like Mensch on a bench.
Little kids, you get little gift certificates.
Elf on a Shelf, Mensch on a bench, like a nun on the run,
and a priest on a I don't know, on a motorboat?
That's been fleeced.
The priest that's been fleeced.
I don't know.
Just like shaved, his back's been shaved?
That's right.
Yeah.
Comes with his own altar boy.
Ooh.
Ooh.
The racy holiday toys. So I wanted to talk about holiday laws this year. So now we know that overtime is not mandatory.
Forget about it. Only by the grace of Globocon.
Yeah. And I wanted to talk about our favorite sheriff in the country, Sheriff Joe. Remember Sheriff Joe? The racist? He is involved in a holiday lawsuit.
They called me Crazy Joe. Now they can call me Batman.
Is that his tagline?
That's Morgan Freeman from Lean On Me.
Oh, right, yeah. We don't want a good principal. We want Mr. Clark. I love that. That's the best backhanded compliment I've ever heard.
East Side. What's the
Very East Side, where the
You will sing this song. I want my scalps.
Yeah, you're mixing so many movies.
That's Inglourious Bastards.
So Sheriff Joe has been torturing inmates for years.
Oh, no.
Little known fact. Sheriff Joe's been sued 6 times during the holidays because he blasts holiday music 24/7 for the inmates. He goes, what's wrong with a little holiday cheer? Because you're driving
at 11
at 11 p.m. because he's driving people insane.
No, at the level 11.
Oh, at the level like
my Christmas songs go to 11.
The ring Christmas bell. Sheriff Joe, man, please, man, please, I'm begging you, please.
Oh, to play more songs?
No!
You got it.
they sued him.
I actually think that ominous part of Carol of the Bells is what they play nonstop at the White House.
Yeah, that's what's driving the madness.
No, based on how I saw how they decorated it, it looks like a warlock's castle, and it's just but it's only the Mannheim Steamroller version of that song, so it's like dun 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 dun.
So, you know what? I have this theory. This is my conspiracy theory. You know that a lot of people have killed themselves in Sheriff Joe's prisons. I think it's because he's blasting holiday music.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
You know how, like, you're in your car and, well, I like to listen to the holiday station, but a week in, I was like, if I hear Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer one more time, I'm going to run someone off the road.
There's an inmate with a shank toothbrush at his throat.
Right.
You know, he's like, I swear to God, if you play Rudolph.
Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes stab. Gush.
But he also isn't allowed to prefer one religion over another. So he's got other songs in there.
So he's mixing it up.
He's got Adam Sandler's, you know. Veronica,
it's time for Hanukkah.
I like to think that people have killed themselves to that being played over and over again too.
So he's got Hanukkah,
and then he's got. There's a song called Ramadan. Ramadan.
It's really fun,
and you don't get to eat.
You got me fasting. You got me fasting and a praying. Something. Ramadan. Dun.
Yeah, so he probably plays that quite frequently.
What's a Kwanzaa song? Is it about the keka?
I don't know what that is.
That is the celebration of corn.
Oh, so it probably goes kek, bum ba kek, kek.
It's a very fun poppy. It's poppy.
Celebrate it, Merry Kwanzaa. Yeah, so he plays that over and over again until people kill themselves.
It's a feast.
Yeah, but yet the courts have ruled that it's okay for him to do that.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's why this show is called Legally Insane.
That's legally insane.
Should we have a little bell that makes that sound every time we hear something that even closes?
Ooga.
Ooga.
We should do like a
Sheriff
pew, pew, pew,
Joe's.
pew.
Yeah.
Pew, 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 pew. Legally insane.
6 times he's been sued unsuccessfully.
Which court? How high did
Arizona
it go?
appeals court.
Just so but it stopped there?
Sheriff Joe.
Shoeless Joe.
Yeah. Christmas songs. Lawsuit.
Suits.
So yeah, it's the court dismissed the 5th time. Yeah, it's gone. The federal judges have never voided.
What's he doing now in the private sector? Who's he pissing off privately?
Oh, I don't know. But I want to get into more Christmas stuff. Less about Joe, more about Christmas.
Okay, let's go.
So, you know, a lot of people, this is the big thing, right? Like, can I put up Christmas stuff? Can I put up a nativity scene? Can I do all these things?
I don't know. You mean on public property?
On public property. Yeah.
Because you can't tell someone not to do something on their property.
Right. So there's a 3-part test called the Lemon test. Lemon v. Kurtzman, a 1968 case.
Lemon?
Yeah, Lemon.
Lemon Meringue.
Jack Lemon Meringue. No, that was his married name.
Oh.
He married somebody named Meringue.
Right. Lemon hyphen.
Yeah, Lemon hyphen. Do you
Meringue.
hyphenate it or is it just Meringue?
Zoe Meringue.
Zoe Lemon Meringue. So the act allowed these public schools to give money to these teachers who are funding Catholic schools, basically, in Pennsylvania. So the court said a statute has to have a secular purpose, and it has to be, the primary effect has to not advance or inhibit one religion over another. And the third is no
fun.
It's gotta be super fun. I mean, if you're gonna,
it's a party.
Candy canes laced with PCP.
Smoke if you got them.
Nap time. The kid wakes up. He's like, these candy canes are awesome.
Where is Santa melting?
John buried Paul. Isn't that
the mamas and the papas?
No, I think if you play a Beatles album backwards, it says John buried Paul on one of those. Okay, kids would really love the holidays then, huh?
Oh my God.
They would really get a kick out of the holidays.
En route.
So now people don't know whether they can, you know, like display things on the holidays. That's a big one now. I wanted to talk about the fact that you are allowed to, as long as you're not preferencing one religion over another. So right now there's, people don't know if they can put up Christmas trees, but actually Christmas trees are considered non-denominational at this point. They're so prevalent.
Did I already say that they should put up 8 Christmas trees? I don't know what I've talked about
Yeah,
anymore.
you should. You should say that. People don't know we had technical difficulties on this episode.
I don't know what I've said anymore.
We're in a loop. We're in one of those Matrix type
I know.
loops.
I've said the same
For you
thing.
guys who have never listened to a podcast before, just know that anytime something technical goes wrong, they end up re-recording and then you don't remember what you've just talked about.
That's right. So if you hear me say the exact same joke, it's because we've recorded this 8 times.
Yeah.
Why don't they just put up 8 Christmas trees in each night of Hanukkah and then they burn one?
Is that
burn one
anti-Semitic
each
or is it pro-Hanukkah? Is that your way of saying, hey, we're also pro-Hanukkah?
It's a menorah, giant menorah made of 8 Christmas trees.
Oh, I like it. So
No, anti-Semitic.
well, I mean, if they're burning, I thought you were like saying, let's burn a religious symbol. The burning
Let's
bush.
put 8 crosses.
and burn.
Oh my
them.
God.
So
no.
recently, Governor Abbott of Texas decided to take down a parody nativity scene. This Freedom From Religion group, they put up a display, the Winter Solstice and Bill of Rights Day, where the Bill of Rights was a baby Jesus, basically.
A Bilby.
A Bilby.
The little Bilby.
Look at his cute little First Amendment on his.
I'm just a bill in a nativity hill.
So he was pissed. He said it was offensive to the religious groups out there.
Well, you know that December 25th is such an arbitrary day that hundreds of years ago,
It's Christmas.
we don't know that Jesus was born on.
I know, and I'm not even Christian.
What do you mean you know? That
I know
day.
because I look at the calendar. It
I
says
know
Christmas,
that. No, stupid.
December 25th. So
Right, but the Catholic Church picked that day. There's no reason. There's nothing that says
Jesus came down and said,
That's right.
I want a national holiday with time and a half.
It's my birthday.
It's my birthday. Can I get time and a half?
Can I get some wishes on Facebook?
I just want time and a half.
No, so it was a pagan holiday like the winter solstice, I believe. And the Catholic Church just adopted that.
I like saying to people, happy winter solstice, motherfucker.
Happy solstice harvest.
Yeah.
May it be fruitful.
I feel that's very
for you and
inoffensive.
yours.
Yeah, that's your. Actually, I'm sterile, so you.
I think it'd be really great to just say, "Oh, joyous winter solstice, Amos,
I am a paganist,
Tonus.
Tonus. I say Merry Satan Day.
I'm a vegan.
Oh, Satan, that would be the worst. And if anybody ever came up to me and said Merry Christmas,
I'm a vegan.
I would punch that person right in the face. If you ever want to get punched in the face in response to Merry Christmas, you should say, I'm a vegan.
That's right. I really think it's funny to say if someone does wish you a Merry Christmas, say, I'm a pagan.
Yeah. You actually, I like double pay.
I love getting paid.
Paid.
I
Overtime
eat
paid.
Double pay.
Just bleeding money.
With a raspberry compote.
Happy Pagans Day. That's a very holiday food.
Guys, we probably said that joke 25
Yeah,
times.
in our minds. You know what I love? There's always people are always worried about getting sued at their holiday party.
Not me. Why? For Xeroxing their tits or buttocks?
I mean, that's something that you've done, obviously.
I put my wiener on the copier
You did.
machine of at least 2 jobs.
Yeah.
It's
Can you
really.
imagine being the guy that has to wipe down the copier after that? That's not
There's
nice.
nobody who does that. Also, let me just say, it gets really hot. It bakes your beans.
Well, it depends on how many copies you make.
I've never
If you
put
make 1,000 copies, it's going to be a little hotter to the collar. Yeah, so I was looking up one of these employment law websites about what you should
looking
do.
for work, eh?
They say that you should hand out drink tickets to limit alcohol so nobody sues you for excessive drinking.
Stand-up comedy, taking it from the world. Hey, I got paid in 2 drink tickets.
I'm trying to my coworker, so can I have 10 tickets, please?
Ay, 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 ay.
They say remove the religion so that nobody's offended.
I went to a 4th of July barbecue party for one job, and they gave us 2 drink tickets. But the previous year was open bar.
Did you get paid to work that day? Yeah. Nice. And here's another one. Don't go dancing. They say that you could really run the risk of a ADA American Disabilities Act. Well, they also think that you're increasing the risk of injury. But here's the last tip. They said, this is the best tip.
No Mamba number 5.
Say no to mistletoe.
Well, in the current climate of our United States, I think that's probably a good idea.
I was the guy who used to walk around with the mistletoe in his pocket. You know, that guy who's like, you're under mistletoe. And they're like, no, I'm not. And you're like, yes, you are.
No, you didn't.
No, but I love that guy.
No, you don't. That guy's gross.
I know. I'm saying I love his grossness. I love the guy with the portable mistletoe guy.
You should, instead of mistletoe, they should replace it with like a disciplinary statement from Human Resources.
You're under the disciplinary toe. You have to tell me why you believe in.
Right. I'm going to need you to sign this waiver if you want to kiss me.
You have to tell me why white privilege exists. What did you just call that? I want to say that again. The disciplinary rule. You have to state some of the disciplinary rules.
The patriarchy waiver.
You're standing under the disciplinary committee pamphlet.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my! What other things would you have to do under the? You're standing under the disciplinary pamphlet. You have to watch the HR video again.
Sensitivity training. The sensitivity training sprig.
No, even better. You have to make a sensitivity scene. Nobody touching. There has to be equal numbers of every race, sex, or gender.
You can raise your hands up to each other, keep them 5 inches apart, and then move them in a circular
fashion. Unless that person's disabled, in which case then you have to do it through blinking.
Or a nod. To say,
unless that person is a quadriplegic, in which case you have to both drink through a straw at the same pace.
Oh my God. No.
You're under the sensitivity toe.
The sensitivity sprig. Sprig. Just a sprig. What kind of unit of measurement is that?
How unfun are holiday parties in 2017 right now? Huh? Meanwhile, do you know that Christmas isn't even a national holiday?
What?
Well, there's no such thing. I mean, basically, there's no such thing per se. There's federal holidays and then there's like state. I guess it's a federal holiday for federal workers. You know, everybody else has to decide on their own if they want to give somebody off for a holiday. According to the Fair Standards FSLA. So
GlobalCon Inc. has to decide whether or not they want to.
I mean, there are certain exempt jobs and non-exempt. There's all kinds of exempt employees who have to be paid a salary no matter what, if they're like a salary.
Well, if you're on salary, you're getting paid for that day anyway.
Yeah. So just remember, there's no OT.
But if you're hourly,
you
might not get paid.
You may not get paid. Oh, this is what I wanted to talk about. There were a couple of other, I thought, interesting legal tidbits about the nativity scenes. There's like certain things about them that they think are, what's a creech? A creech?
Wasn't he a character on Saved by the Bell?
Hey, Zach!
Hey, I'm a wild and crazy guy.
You don't know what a creche is either?
Is it
creche
like
is the little house.
A cheese-filled pastry?
No, it's the little house. I had to look it up because they were saying that like a creche was
a little house.
Too religious. The little house that Jesus was in? Creche.
That was a manger.
A nativity scene. It's another word for a manger. It's called the creche. It's another word for manger. You didn't know that? I can't believe you didn't know
creche?
That. Yeah, I can't believe you didn't know.
Away in the creche.
Yeah, I'm shocked at you for not knowing that. A 1980s case spurred what some people called the reindeer rule. The reindeer rule is an assumption that religious nativity scenes can survive a court challenge if they're part of a larger holiday display that contains secular symbols. So basically, make your nativity scene and then put like a secular thing in it, you know. So just put like textbooks in it.
Sorry, Matt's not licking his lips.
There's a dog licking my arm right now.
I just sound like you started to sound like a hog.
It's the holiday manger scene.
Let's talk about this house.
Let's talk about. Don't make me crank up the Christmas music in here like I'm Sheriff Joe.
I know. The dog is on your lap making these noises.
I also just wanted to get a couple of other legal things in there. It's just there's an endorsement.
Wait, on a legal podcast?
Yeah, there's an endorsement test. That's if people are wanting to know if we're getting any legal stuff out of this. If you want to know, a government action's invalid if it creates a perception in the mind of a reasonable observer that the government is endorsing or disapproving of a religion. So I feel like if you put Alvin and the Chipmunks in your scene, you're cool.
From my perspective, it feels like the only religion that's endorsed by our government is Christmas.
Oh, for sure.
Which it doesn't make any sense.
Well, yeah, I mean, essentially, you run afoul a lot of times if you just have straight up religious symbols, but they've gone around it because they've said like a Christmas tree in and of itself is so ubiquitous that it's not even like in anybody's minds that you're promoting one religion or another. But if you do want to just completely avoid any of those issues, you got to just put that little disgusting mensch on a bench in the.
There's no menorah lighting ceremony at the White House.
Is there not? What about a Kwanzaa tree?
Well, I think it's 9 candles in a Kwanzaa.
Is that right?
I believe it's 7 or 9.
What did we decide was a Kwanzaa song? Because you said there's like a Kwanzaa.
Oh, the Mkeka.
Kek.
It's all about the corn.
Kek. Give me that. Kek.
Kek.
Kek. And then what did we decide the Ramadan song was?
No, that was Ramadan.
And we're fasting and we're eating only after nighttime.
We're fasting, we're not eating. Yeah. The song keeps repeating. Ramadan, dun, dun, ding dong, dun.
Well, I think too, like I've always thought this about Jews, and I think the same thing for Muslims and Hindus. They got to start coming up with better holiday songs.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
I feel as
Adam
holidays
Sandler had
go,
that one good song, and it was a hit.
I don't feel like, I guess as holidays go, Ramadan seems to be the least fun.
Well, it's also in February. Oops.
Right.
It's also not.
It's
also not remotely in the same time of year as the one we're talking about.
We can't win with this podcast.
Yeah, we've had some technical
This
difficulties.
episode is so cursed.
Well, we're almost done. We're almost done with this episode. There weren't really that many main takeaways this episode. The episode is just remember that if you're having an office party, if you don't want to get sued for any religious issues, please make sure that you have other religious symbols from every religion involved.
That's right. Equal. Separate but equal.
Yeah, equal silly religious symbols. And make sure you have your sensitivity fig instead of the mistletoe.
Sprig.
It's
a small grouping of.
And make sure that if you raise the sensitivity sprig on top of somebody's head, you don't try and kiss them. Instead,
that's right. You keep your distance 5 inches away.
And you make sure that they explain why. Actually, make sure they
slow, non-threatening
movements, and also make sure that they can explain. No, that they can say every non-neutral gender pronoun. What is it? Every new gender pronoun. They have
they and them.
Yeah. Z and
they is not happy.
Hold the sprig up and make sure that they can pronounce every new gender pronoun.
That's right.
Or they are summarily dismissed.
Guys, this has been a lot of fun, huh?
Happy holidays.
Yeah, so remember...
No, happy Satanist Day, mother...
I'm a pagan.
I'm a vegan.
So, guys, remember to subscribe if you haven't. If you're a first-time listener, thanks for joining us today. Please follow us on Twitter at Legally Insane Pod.
It's fun.
Matt, what's your Twitter?
Matt Ritter 1.
I am at TOEKNEESAM. We will see you guys next time on
Legally Insane!